guys. I thought I would do the 50 random facts about me. This is an old tag, but I thought, if I do this, you'll get to know me a little bit better, and I'm hoping some of you will do it. I've already tagged Joy, and I tagged Carolyn. I tag all of you. Susie, Janice, all of you. I'd love to see you do this if you haven't already. If you have done it, let me know so I can go find it. And something I want to touch on real fast before I get into this is something that I'm aware of, I'm conscious of. I don't know if you guys are. I'm not sure. No one has mentioned it to me, so I'm not sure. But I have asthma, pretty bad asthma. And I have had to be using my inhaler a lot more than normal. So it tends to make my voice more raspy, and it also makes it, excuse me, like that. It also makes it so that you can hear me breathing because my air is kind of tight going in. So if you notice that in the videos, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. It's asthma. So I just wanted you guys to be aware that that's what it is. I'm not just sitting here going, there's a reason for it. So anyway, let's get started with this. 50 random facts about me. And if you see me looking down, I've got it all written down here, and I had to. I'd never remember it all. Number one, I had a disability, retired from fibromyalgia complications in 1998. Left a great job. Didn't want to retire. Didn't have a choice. Number two, I married at 18. Number three, I have 2 sons. Number four, I believe in ghosts. I've seen one. When I realized what I was looking at, it scared the bejesus out of me, and I jumped up 10 feet and was back against the wall in a heartbeat. And as soon as I did that, it was gone, just like that. Scared me to death. Number five, my favorite colors are pink and coral. Number six, I'll be 61 in September. Number seven, I've been married 42 years, 43 in October. Number eight, I married my high school sweetheart. Number nine, I met my husband, and when I meant to meet, it's kind of a funny story. I'll be real quick about it. My girlfriend's sister had a crush on this guy, and she wanted us to meet him for her and see what we thought of him. So his family was invited over to my girlfriend's house, as was my family, for New Year's Eve. And that's when I met my husband. I was there to meet him for my girlfriend's sister, and as it turned out, he called me the next day and asked me out. And I said no, because, I felt bad for my girlfriend's sister. And I thought about it for a few minutes, and I thought, there was just that connection with him that you don't get that often. And I just felt it, and I called him back and said, I'll go. And I've never felt sorry about that. I apologized to her, and she said an aunt was no big deal. But as it turned out, it's been a wonderful match. So, number 10, my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 11, I love to laugh. I love to laugh. My husband can make me laugh like no one else. He has a wicked sense of humor, and it is funny. He can just be hilarious. Number 12, some of the jobs I've done, I've been a cashier, I've been a bookkeeper in a bookkeeping firm, I've been a secretary at a high school. Those are just some of them. Number 13, I have 3 grandchildren. Number 14, nobody knows that I do YouTube other than my very immediate family, my husband, my 2 sons, my daughter-in-law. No one else knows. And I probably won't tell them because they don't get it. They don't get YouTube. They think it's silly. And why would anybody do a video on YouTube? And they've said comments not knowing that I do YouTube. So I probably won't ever say anything unless they find out some other way. I won't say anything. Number 15, I'd like to do a fibromyalgia story. I'm a little concerned about how it will be taken, I don't know how others will react to it, but give me your feedback. I'd like to do a story on fibromyalgia and my story of how I got it, how I found out I had it, everything. Number 16, I cannot tolerate what I call fair weather friends. If you're my friend, you're my friend, and I will defend you to the death if I have to. I won't talk about you. I don't like to gossip. And I expect the same for my friends. So I'm real strict about that. Number 17, I am afraid of horses. I love them. I think they're the most beautiful animal in the world. But I was thrown really bad when I was 13. I used to ride all the time. And I was thrown when I was 13, and I never got back on the horse. And I should have got right back on that horse and ridden again. And I didn't, and it's caused a fear in me for horses. Number 18, I've never owned any high-end beauty products. MAC, Mally Urban Decay, any of them. I've never owned any. But I do enjoy watching all of you girls that can get them and enjoy them. I still love watching those videos, even though I don't know what it is you're talking about, the quality of what you're talking about. Number 19, I'm very sensitive and I get my feelings hurt very easily. Number 20, my decorating taste is shabby chic, but I do try to add certain styles in there that I think my husband will like. Number 21, you will never hear me call my husband by name on YouTube. He wants to remain anonymous in all of this. I respect that. He doesn't want to do it, so his name's not going to be mentioned. Number 22, my first giveaway when I reach 100 will be jewelry I make and some makeup. Number 23, I used to be very social, but because of my illnesses and stuff, I stay home a lot now. So I've become much more of a homebody. I'm 5'1". My favorite flower is pink roses. When I really like a movie or song, I will play it over and over and over again. I can watch a movie 150 times and not be sick of it if I like that movie. And my favorite movie is Galaxy Quest. Number 27, I've had several different hair colors. I've been black, brown, red, blonde, and all kinds of ones in between of those. My favorite food is mashed potatoes. I miss the old variety shows like Dean Martin and Dolly Parton, Laugh-In, things like that. I miss the variety show part of it. Number 30, I used to have aquariums. I loved sitting and watching the fish. That was my stress release when I was working. I would get a cup of coffee and sit down and just watch the fish. They live such a simple, relaxed life. You can just mellow out watching an aquarium. I love it. I once raised a catfish from a lake. We named him Buford, and my son brought him home in a cup from a lake, and he was about that big. He grew to about 7 or 8 pounds, and the air hose got disconnected, went off on the aquarium, and I didn't know it, and he died. Which, in a way, was a blessing because I didn't know what I was going to do with that huge catfish. When I'm cold, I get very, very achy from the fibromyalgia. I just stiffen up like a board. When I'm hot, I get very weak. I am very high maintenance in that way. I've got to be just the right temperature. Little bit on the cooler side just the right temperature, and my husband will bend over backwards to make sure I'm comfortable. Number 33, I was raised in a very small town. I think the population was 500. I love maple bars. Can't eat them anymore because of diabetes, but I love maple bars. 35, I am deathly afraid of snakes and spiders. They scare me to death. Just, skin on the back of my neck. Just crawl, just thinking about them. Number 36, my best friends growing up were Tricia and Shirley. 37, I love to cut, style, color, anything to do with hair. I love to do it, and I used to give all my guys, I used to do all their haircuts for years. I did their haircuts. My dad, my husband, my 2 sons, until they got old enough where they were more fussy than I could. You know, I didn't have the training for a lot. Until they got to that point, I cut their hair. My grandchildren call me Nana. My sons and daughter-in-law and my grandchildren are perfect. I will fight anyone to the death who says different. I am very defensive of them. Probably too much, but it's being a mom and a Nana. 41, I love hot chocolate. 42, I catch myself counting things all the time. I have OCD in that way. I will even count toilet paper squares sometimes. I'll catch myself counting 1, 2, 3. I don't know. OCD is what I claim. 43, I feel like I have some psychic abilities. I seem to know things before they happen sometimes, and I know when somebody's coming, who it is that's coming. I don't know how. I don't understand it. I've been that way for years. I don't remember being that way when I was younger, but it just kind of came on. And like I know when somebody's going to call a lot of times. It's just kind of strange because I don't understand it. Some of my high school friends had a very chilling and terrifying experience after playing with a Ouija board, and really scared them to death. So if you're interested in that story, let me know. I'll share that someday. 45, the back of my head is flat. I don't know why, but I've always felt like the back of my head is flatter than other people's. Just a little self-conscious thing. I wear a size 5.5 shoe, but I wear a very wide shoe. My husband says I have hoofs. He says those are your little hoofs instead of feet, and they are. They're as wide as they are long almost. They're weird little feet. Number 48, I cry easily. 49, my sister-in-law and my best friend and I tried to write a song one time with this boy when we were young. He played guitar and we made up the words to the song. It was the worst song I have ever heard in my life. After we'd done about the first 3 or 4 lines, we got to laughing so hard we never finished it. And to this day, 40-some years later, we still laugh about that and still remember the words to that song. It was terrible. Number 50, I would love to be able to write a book. I would love to be able to say I wrote a book. Even if it was a children's book, I would love to be able to say I wrote a book. So that was my 50 random facts about me. I hope you learned something about me. Let me know if there's anything you want me to expand on a little bit. And like I say, I tag you all. I would love to see you guys do this so we learn more about each other. It's just 50 random facts. No questions or anything, just 50 things about you that you think maybe we don't know. So anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.